My name is Silas Richards. I was born on December 18, 1807 in the county of Highland and the state of Ohio. My parents were Augustus Richards and Frances Lee Doggett. They were married in 1804 in Mason County, Kentucky. I was the second child of 13 that were born to father and mother. My older brother died of dysentery at the age of 7. 2 other children died early in life. When I was about 15, we moved to Sidney, Shelby County, Ohio. My father practiced medicine here. He had served as a surgeon in the War of 1812. My brother Milton and I were responsible for the farm and could only attend school in the winter. I met Elizabeth McClenahan, the daughter of Elijah and Elizabeth Kemp McClenahan, and we were married on November 5, 1829. We lived on a rented farm and had twin girls on December 20, 1830, Frances Maria and Elizabeth Ann. I was offered a position to develop land and raise cattle by a rich friend. After 4 years, I completed the deal. It was here that our daughter Sarah Jane was born in 1833. In 1835, I moved to Stark County, Illinois and bought a 200-acre farm. My father-in-law had moved here 3 years previously. In 1839, our neighborhood was introduced to the gospel of Jesus Christ. Many saints lived in this area and a stake was organized in Walnut Grove, which was about 12 miles from my home. In 1840, my wife and I were baptized into the church, along with several of our family members. During this time 4 more daughters were added to our family. Isabel died in infancy. In 1844, we moved from our farm to a nice farm near Nauvoo because of mob violence. We stayed there only a short period of time and were forced to leave. We reached the Missouri River on June 24, 1846 through violent rainstorms and mud. Being concerned for the comfort of my family, I purchased the abandoned Catholic missionary station from an Indian chief. It contained 2 log cabins. It also contained about 50 to 60 bushels of standing corn. It was here that our daughter Elizabeth Ann died, having fallen to exposure and fatigue from our journey. She was in her 16th year. Most of my extended family settled in Farm Creek. It was named for the creek that runs in a crooked valley between bluffs that rise about 170 feet above the valley floor on either side. It was located 7 miles from Wheeler's Grove and 3 miles west of a small village named Henderson. The early residents were members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. However, many from that settlement began to follow Alpheus Cutler and became known as Cutlerites. After the death of Cutler, most joined the RLDS Church and a branch was formed at Farm Creek. In 1849, I was appointed to lead a company to the Great Salt Lake Valley. We departed winter quarters on July 10 with 72 wagons heavily loaded with our families, provisions, household goods, merchandise, and farming equipment. After a long and weary journey through a wilderness, we reached the valley on October 29. We were blessed to have no serious accident and only 1 death of a sickly child. I settled my family on Little Cottonwood Creek about 12 miles from the city. In a year our little community, which we called Union, had doubled in size. A school was started and I was appointed bishop. Our sojourn in the wilderness continued in Union until my death on March 17, 1884 and my wife's, Elizabeth, on November 22, 1893. We are both buried in the Union Fort Cemetery in Salt Lake County.